You know, I went to three stores to find water, and it's been just a crazy a day, to say the least. But we are here. Okay. All right, we are here, and we're going to get started with our training on tonight. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Well, welcome to our Sunday night training. For those of you that are here for the very first time, typically I'm on my laptop, but it's doing something weird. It doesn't want to act right today, but we're going to do it on the phone. Okay. How about that? So if you're here for the very first time, I want to say welcome to our 90-day blitz. Welcome to our 90 days of training. There's been some amazing leaders that's on this platform that's training and giving you nuggets on building your business. And so tonight, I'm going to talk about piquing interest tonight. I'm going to talk about how to set your business up for the proper launch. I believe that, amateurs join companies and professionals launch businesses. Okay. And some of you may be amateurs, and that's okay. But some of you are professionals, and we're going to show you how to properly launch your business for success. I think this is a perfect time. We are 14 days into the new year, and it's always good to draw a line in the sand and start. And so let's talk about a launch. What is a launch? Our CEO, we've been doing some three-way calls with our top leaders and some top networkers and things of that nature. And I had a conversation with our CEO on yesterday. And he was just saying, Twyla, if people would properly launch the business, the success of business would be different. And I have to agree with him. But there's no way for you to launch if you haven't learned how to properly launch the business. Or maybe it's something but you haven't done it in a while. Okay. I kind of impeded on someone watching the game. So just bear with me here. We're going to just turn this down. All right. So we're going to talk about launching your business effectively. Okay. And so whenever you are starting a business, that business usually has a name, right? You're thinking of, what am I calling my business? You start to search up on Google, and you start to search up on GoDaddy to look for the name, to see if the name is available, so you can create your website and all of that. So when you are looking at starting to launch your business in the network marketing space, you look at what the goal is, right? What is the goal? And then like, for example, maybe the goal is, to put 5,000 people in your business, right? You and a team in 90 days. Then it would be Project 5,000. If the goal was to put 1,000 people in your business in 90 days, then you could call your business Project 1,000. Maybe the goal is to earn $25,000 a week, right? Or $100,000 a month. Then you can call it Project 100,000, right? But typically, when you name your project, when you're launching the business, it's typically among the number of people that you're looking to put into your business. Okay. So just for sake of a number, we're going to call this project 25,000. Okay. So Project 25K. All right. So that's the name of the project. That's the number of people that you want to put in your business within these next 90 days. So now you have the goal of what you want to do as relates to people in your 90-day run or your 90-day blitz. Aside from that, you're going to write your income goal, right? And this is something we've talked about this, but it's okay to talk about it again. Okay. And so within those 90 days, you may want to come out of those 90 days saying, you know what, in 90 days, I really believe that I can earn $10,000 a month. Okay. Coming out of that 90-day blitz, $10,000 a month. So that's going to be your income goal. Right. So now everything about Project 25K, right? That's the mission, that's the goal, that's the project, that's what you're going for. When you are talking to prospects, I'm going to talk to you about how to talk to them about your project. When you want to hashtag your project, right? You want to make sure the individuals that are already on your team knows this is what we're doing. Okay. Project 25K. Okay. If you got it, say I got it. Got it. So we've named the project. So now when you are launching a business or launching your network marketing business, guys, everything about launching is momentum. It's speed. Okay. It's speed. Success like speed. Write that down. Success like speed. Okay. So now you want to look at what's the fastest way for me to expose people to my business, right? To create the speed, which turns into momentum. Okay. Momentum hit goals. That's when you're in momentum, man. Listen, everything's happening, right? Everything's happening. You're hitting the small goals, the big goals. People are drawn to you. People see what you're doing and they say, oh man, there's momentum happening at Be Epic. Man, there's Virginia, Jameson, she's got momentum in her business. Man, Deborah, she's got momentum happening in her business, right? Because you're moving at a rate of speed. Okay. With me? All right. So now we've got our project. Now it's time to literally start to expose people to the business, right? Sunisa talked a lot about this on day before yesterday, right? So I'm going to give you guys a couple things that I want you to implement, and we can start. We can start tomorrow because we've got 3 calls tomorrow. Okay, got 3 calls tomorrow. So now when you're inviting, so the first thing we're going to do, we talked about this already, we're going to create our list. We're going to create a list. That's number 1. Number 2, we're going to expose the list, right? And number 3, Stanicia, if you're on the back line, there's a text that's coming through. If you can help me with that, I appreciate it. So we're going to create the list. We're going to expose the list. And number 3, we're going to close on the list. Okay. Create the list, expose the list, and we're going to close on the list. All right. All right. So now let's just pretend that you already have your list. Babe, if you see my backpack, can you hand it to me, please? Let's pretend, thank you. Let's pretend we already have the list, right? So now that we already have the list, now we're going to expose the list. That's why opportunity presentations are important. You got to have them in the morning. You got to have them at night. Okay. Because the morning you're going to catch the people that are in another time zone, like, the UK and South Africa and Greece and Dominican Republic and, well, not so much Dominican Republic, but all of these other countries. Okay. So you got to have something in the morning and you got to have something in the evening. All right. Okay. So now so we already have our list. So now we're exposing the list. So tomorrow, I'm going to teach you how to expose your list for the calls tomorrow. This is going to create momentum, okay, in your business. This is going to help you get to your goal. So if at all possible, you probably already know how many people you want in your business in 90 days. And so tonight, before you go to bed, I want you to name your project. I want you to name your 90-day project. Project 500, project 1,000, project 2,000, right? Project 10,000 people, whatever it is, I want you to name your project, because now you know what you're going for. Now you're starting to expose people. Now you're starting to duplicate, right? Now you're painting the picture, right? Now you're sharing the vision. Okay. So if I'm talking to Karen And I'm already inviting or exposing my list, which I'm going to expose them. You can expose your list to several things. You can expose them to an opportunity presentation. You can expose your people to a blitz call, a pre-recorded call, right? We're going to have some pre-recorded calls if we don't have them already. Because the momentum we have to create, we can't talk to that many people. We got to be able to put people on a call, an 8-minute sizzle, right? That's an exposure. We got to be able to put people on a live presentation. We got to be able to do some sit downs. We got to be able to do some home presentations, whatever it is. But those are ways to expose. In addition to how we expose on social media, you have your groups, and the people that are in your groups. Guess what? You're putting in some before and afters. You're putting in a message. You're saying something to them. That's an exposure. Okay, that's an exposure. And we talked about that the other day with Sinicia. Talked about exposing, X amount of people per day. I think it was 30. Okay, if I remember correctly. So now we've created a list. And now we're going to expose the list. So now we're going to talk. I'm going to tell you some things that you can say. Okay. And I'm going to put these scripts in our team chat after this call. All right. I was kind of putting some of the scripts in there on our call with Stanicia the other night because of the conversation that she was having. I wanted, to obviously give you guys some stuff that we use in exposing people to the project. So I'm calling Karen. Hey, Karen, this is Twyler. How's it going? She's like, oh, Twyler, it's great. Hey, did I get you at a good time? She's like, yeah, cool. It's a good time. Hey, listen, Karen, I'm launching a major project. Project 25,000. And I'm actually talking to some key individuals first, right? Before I open this thing up to the masses. But Karen, the last time I launched a project like this, within 90 days, I did $100,000. And in this particular company, this type of project laid a foundation where I did over $12 million in income with inside of 9.5 years. And so tonight at 8 o'clock, one of our top executives is going to be sharing some information, and I'd love to be able to get you on the call to see what you think about it. Or I love not what you think about it. I love to get you on the call to see if this will add value to your life. We never really want to say what you think about it because we don't really care what a person thinks about it, honestly, right? We know what we have will add value. And that's what you have to know. You have to know what you have will add value because our product is going to add value to their life, right? Our system that we teach them and they go out and they implement it and duplicate it, it's going to add value to their life because they're going to have financial freedom. Okay. So we know what we have is going to add value to their life. Right. So that's one way to expose Karen to the information with these calls that we'll do tomorrow. Okay. I think we're doing 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So write that down. We're going to have an opportunity presentation at 11 a.m. Central with top earner Nina Mora. Okay. 11 a.m. Central tomorrow. Okay. Then we have a 3 p.m. Central tomorrow. Okay. And then we have an 8 with none other than Rosalind and her amazing team. We're going to have some testimonials on each of these calls. Okay, testimonials on each of these calls. And then at 8 p.m., I'll close out the call. And I'll have testimonials as well, right? So those are 3 ways that you can expose your prospects to our amazing business opportunity on tomorrow. Everybody's going to be off pretty much. It's a holiday. And so we're going to take that time because we're in a 90-day blitz. And when you're in a 90-day blitz, guess what? Maybe you don't get to go out to the parade. I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't get to go out to the parade tomorrow because I'm sacrificing because I'm in a blitz. Okay. And the great thing about a 90-day blitz is that the reason you only do it for 90 days, guys, because it's so intense and it's such a sacrifice that you gotta stop after 90 days, regroup, and then you can do another 90 days a couple of months down the road. Okay. If you're in your day 14 and nothing feels different, you're not blitzing. If you're in your day 14 and nothing feels different, you don't feel tired, you're not up early, you're not to bed late, your mouth isn't tired, you're not hoarse, then you're not blitzing. You're just not. Okay. You're not. And that's how you can tell. So I want you guys to ante up. I promise you that if you blitz and you run like crazy for 90 days, you will not recognize your bank account at all. When you name your project 5,000, and you are saying, you know what, Twyler, I'm putting 5,000 new people in my organization. And everything about you says project 5,000. Okay. If you say, you know what, I'm putting 1,000 people in here, everything about you is all about putting 1,000 new people in your group. You may be brand new. Well, you know what? 500 new people, 1,000 new people. Okay. All right. So expose the list. And I'm committed. I know that Sneecia and Nina and Ali and Rosalind and everyone else is committed to, my phone's about to die, is committed, charger please, babe, is committed to helping you. Okay. And you see how like there's like a zillion things going on, but this is what happens in a 90-day blitz. Okay. You know, my boyfriend was like, babe, you know, we're like ships in the night. You know, when I leave, you're on the phone. When I come back, you're on the phone. I say, babe, remember I asked you for 90 days. Okay. Remember I asked you for 90 days. So that's what happens. It's a big sacrifice. Okay. It's a big sacrifice. You do everything that you need to do in order to make sure that happens. Okay. So expose the list. So I'm going to give you guys, let me go here. I'm going to give you a couple of things that I want you, okay, here we are right here. I'm going to give you a couple of ways to expose for tomorrow. Everything that we're doing tonight is about getting you ready for tomorrow, okay? Is about getting you ready for tomorrow. All right, so, bear with me for a second. I'm pulling up some of the scripts because I want to give you guys some ideas of what to say. Okay. What to say when you are exposing your list. And just because I'm looking for it, I can't find it. 1 second. Okay. So, all right, here it is. All right, here we are. All right. So, anyway, it's not coming up, but let me just kind of wing it, because I really want you guys to get this. If you have your list already, because I know we talked about that, I want you to put a 1 in the comments. I already have my list. If you have a list of 50 or more people, I want you to put a 1 in the comments. Okay, great. The reason we tell you to create a list, guys, I want you to have good vibration about your list. I want you to play that trick in your mind about your list. And the reason is because your list is the quickest way for you to start to solidify your foundation. Because honestly, everything else is a bit of a learning curve. Okay. You got to learn how to use our Ruby AI. You got to learn how to use the social media platforms. You got to know and learn what to say. You got to learn how to create your groups and do all of those things. And those are easy things to learn. And we are learning those things. But the average person, brand new from from 18 to 80 can create a list, right? From 18 to 80, they can create a list. So that's the fastest duplicatable process. That's why the list building will never die, because this is network marketing. There's no way to disguise it, reshape it, or anything. This is network marketing, which means that the principles of it doesn't change. We add value to it by adding other things, but the foundational principles do not change. Okay, so get excited about your list, right? Add value. You know, when you look at your list and you're looking at that list and you're saying, you know what, this is my $10,000 a month list. This is my $10,000 a month list. As a matter of fact, you know, that you need to add that to one of your affirmation, to your affirmation list. This is my $10,000 a month list, whatever your income goal is. Okay. Right. And then when you expose that list, that's what you're thinking. You know, hi, you know, hi, Deborah, it's Tyler. Say, listen, I know that, you know, we were talking about, you know, doing some things so we can send our kids to college. I think that I found something that can definitely bring that additional income that we've been talking about. What are you doing tomorrow at 11 a.m. that can literally give you that extra income to child in college? They probably aren't doing anything tomorrow at 11 a.m. to do that, right? So tomorrow 11 a.m., here's the information, you know, I'll see you on the call. Or tomorrow 11 a.m., I'd love for you to be able to get this information. It's going to literally give you exactly what you're looking for, right? Oh, okay, great. Here's the information. I'll see you on at 11, okay? And the people that you're talking to, because this is your list, so you know them. And because you know them, then you're going to say to them what you believe is value for them. Okay. If I was reaching out to Karen and, you know, Karen and I were the same age and, you know, we're empty nesters and we're talking about retirement and things like that. That's what I'm talking to Karen about. Hey, Karen, listen, I really believe that I found a way that we can build our retirement. You know, there's so many things out here, but this is super special. And I'm only sharing it with key individuals tomorrow at 8 o'clock. There, you know, there's space limited and, you know, I can invite 3 to 4 people on. And I thought about you. What are you doing tomorrow at 8 o'clock that can literally give you a retirement opportunity? Nothing. Okay. Tomorrow 8, here's the information. Guys, if you do what I'm talking about, we're going to get out here early enough tonight that you'll be able to reach out to people on your list and start to expose them and have a conversation with them that's valuable to them. And invite them on tomorrow at 11 a.m. with Nina Moore. Trust me, she's going to close them. Okay? She's going to close them. She's going to close them. And so you have 3 opportunities to do that. Okay. So you got that exposed list. So now an exposure is an opportunity presentation, a sizzle call, right? Anything that gives them enough information to pique their interest. If you send them, you know, sometimes people send out PowerPoint presentations. I don't send a PowerPoint presentation to expose somebody unless it's someone who's already super experienced in the industry. I would send Nina a presentation like that. I would send it to Karen. I would send it to Stanicia because I know they want to A, see the products and B, see the comp plan. But they are professionals in the industry. They've been around. And so they're looking for some simple things. Okay. All right. So you can, you know, obviously you can always expose someone to a live presentation, anything that's going to give them the information about your business. Okay. So that's an exposure. So now let's talk about closing on the list. Okay. Let's talk about closing on the list. Once they see this presentation tomorrow, okay, if you put them on the 11 o'clock, you're calling them back, or, you know, you're reaching back to them and you're saying, you know, hey, Crystal, I'm reaching back to you to see what you like about what you saw at 11 o'clock. Or, hey, Crystal, I'm reaching out to you to see, you know, what'd you like about what you heard on the opportunity. And Crystal is going to say, oh, well, I like this or that or whatever. Remember, we talked about this already. And your answer would be, great, Crystal, I love those things as well. How do you see yourself getting started? You know, one of our lower packages or one of our higher packages. Guys, I was listening to Dan talk about the Rise and Build pack. That is a pack. I know I wasn't promoting that pack, but when I listened to the Rise and Build pack, it is absolutely a phenomenal package. One, it gives your prospect enough product to literally do something with, to have some for themselves, to be able to sell, and to be able to sample. And so when I'm talking to people, you know, I may say, hey, Tedra, listen, you know, I would recommend, if after I've asked Tedra what she liked about what she heard or saw, and she tells me, I was like, Tedra, I love those things too. So listen, how do you see yourself getting started? And Tedra may say, well, what's my option? So I'm going to say, Tedra, for what I believe would be best value for you is the Rise and Build pack, because there's enough product in there for you to sip, for you to sample, and for you to sell. Okay. It's enough in there for you to sip, for you to sample, and for you to sell, because you really want to have product, because sometimes people are going to ask you for samples. And sometimes people are going to want that product immediately. And because you have it on hand, you'll be able to sell it to them right then and there in your market. Okay. So that's, you know, so now you're closing on your list and you're telling Tedra why she needs to Rise and Build. Not to mention, Tedra, that product, that package is going to keep you active for 6 months. And you know, and every month it's gonna issue out the value of the monthly smart ship. Okay. And keep her active. And there's other valuable options. You know, I wish I would have wrote those things down that he talked about when we were actually having our call, but it is such a value. So always go high and you can always come down, right? You don't want to start at, oh, well, you know, you could get started at least $40. And I know Snisha's on here and she built a big team with $40 in our prior company, but I've always gone high. And then I can come down if I need to. Okay. And not because of the volume, but because of the value. Okay. Because of the value. And that value is people having the product that they have enough to sample. Today, I met a lady because I had product on hand. You know, she is truly a big professional and have been in the industry, have done some amazing things. But because I had product, I was able to bring her a bag of product. That's another reason. And guys, listen, a lot of you want big teams. You want big volume, but you're not ready for it because you don't have any product. You want a big leader to come into your business. You want a big networker, someone who's been around that can really blow your business up, but God knows you're not ready because you don't even have product to give them. There's no way that I could attract, because it's not even like a person like that doesn't join you. That's an attraction and it's a partnership. You with me? There's no way that I could be a partner in partnership with someone like that with no product. God would never even have them reach out to me because he would have known I wasn't ready. Not only did she get a shopping bag of products, but I dropped product off to 2 different high rises, which were her prospects. Why? Because I had product. That's why if you want to build a big business, you got to make sure you have product on hand. Okay. Got to have product in hand. So now when you close on your list, you know, don't be afraid to ask for the close. Don't be afraid to, you know, to ask for whether it's a customer or a distributor. What do you like best about what you saw? Oh, well, I like this and that. Well, Tedra, you know, it takes a lot of work on my part to set someone up in their own home-based business. And so I'm really working with people that are really, really serious. You know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you? And so Tedra's like, you know, if it's anything a 7 above, then I can work with them. Okay. And even if it's lower than that, and you want to get started, you'll get started. But I know your level of seriousness, if that makes sense. Okay. And we're always interviewing our people. Because remember, you don't really have a real recruit until there are 3 levels deep. If I was to recruit Karen tonight, yeah, you're excited, but don't get too excited until Karen starts to recruit someone who recruits someone who recruits someone. Now that's 3 levels deep in the organization. Now I can start getting excited about Karen because Karen literally is getting engaged. Okay, she's literally getting engaged, right? So if you understand, create the list, expose your list, and close on the list. The close is also just like follow up, right? Everyone that you put on these calls, guys, you got to follow up with them. Don't expect them to call you back. Some of them will. If they are really ready, they'll call you. But it's your job to follow up with them. And you can do that after each call. That's why we have them spaced out. That's for tomorrow. Okay. That's for tomorrow. You're going to name your project. This is going to be your project throughout the 90 days. But guys, it's a certain kind of mindset that you have to have when you are literally launching. Otherwise, you're not launching. Okay. And people that get started with you, some people are launchable and some people really aren't launchable. Now, let me tell you the difference. A person that gets started with you in business that's launchable, those individuals have a circle of influence. Okay. And you want to get into their warm market. And so you're saying to them, hey, listen, Edith, congratulations that you just got started. But Edith, and what I want to do with you is literally help you launch your business. Because Edith, I know that, you are the president of this and you're in that and this and that and the third. And how do I know that? Because I already formed Edith. Remember our forming technique? So I know who Edith is and what she has and the value she could bring. So I want to launch Edith and help her. You have a goal here to do $15,000 a month. It's not a difficult feat. It can definitely be done because it's been done before. But in order for us to do that, we're going to launch your business, Edith, because professionals launch businesses and amateurs join companies. So now already Edith is thinking in her mind, baby, I am not an amateur. That's why I said that, right? Because I want to get Edith on my level of thinking. And so she already knows she's a professional. So now she's open-minded to do this launch. Edith, how many people you think you can put in the business in 90 days? With my help, right? We're going to have lots of exposures. We're going to really get into your warm market and get into their warm market. So what's the goal? How many people you want to have in your business? I can tell you for $15,000 a month, we literally, have to have at least, in my opinion, in 90 days, we can do 10 to 20,000 people. Okay. Sounds like a lot, but it's not. Not when you're talking about leverage, not when you're talking about momentum, not when you're talking about speed, not when you're talking about many exposures on a daily basis. And remember, we said 90 days. Guys, you got to get super uncomfortable to do a real launch that will lay a foundation in your business. Every time I launched the business, I made a lot of money. And a lot of people that were with me made a lot of money. The very first time I ever launched a business was in 2008. My first month in that business, I made $13,820. And it came in my mailbox. It was a check. Okay. But I launched my business for 2 weeks. It was during Father's Day, that week of Father's Day weekend. But we launched for 2 weeks. We did a lot of exposures. We did a lot of home parties. We did a lot of 3-way calls. We did a lot of business presentations, right? We had a sizzle call that was set up that we sent out this sizzle call to a lot of people. Okay. And I was doing it. My people were doing it. Their people were doing it. And I said, guys, if we do this right, it's going to trigger a call from corporate. And that's what happened. They want to know, what in the world are we doing? How would you love to trigger a call from Dan and him saying, Tedra, girl, what you doing? Right? Now, Nina's going to call you, but I'm talking about from Dan himself. Okay. To do what we're talking about, that's what will happen. Right? That's what will happen. Right. So we understand our 90 days of blitzing. You've already gonna name your project. Now it's just you getting in the mindset of exposing. Getting in the mindset of exposing. Okay. And this professional that I was talking about earlier, not even in the business yet, but just was exposing people, just every single day, 3, 4, 5 people exposing, boom. Hey, can you do a 3-way? Boom. Hey, can you do a Zoom? Boom. Exposing, 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 exposing. Right. When we started, our business, it was, we were doing presentation after presentation after presentation. If that's not happening in your business, guys, I'm here to tell you, you're not launching at all. You're just, hoping that it all work out. But we're drawing a line in the sand tonight. We're only 14 days in. And we're doing some good stuff, but we want to crank it up. We want to go up another notch. Okay, up another notch, and we're going to give you the platform in order to do that. As a company, as a big team, you'll have a platform. But I know for me personally, I'm going to be working individually with groups of people. Okay. So you'll have, opportunity presentations that you can plug people into. But remember, I told you that I want you learning how to do the presentation. When you get on these calls tomorrow, get on with your pen and your notepad and take notes so that you can begin to do your own presentations for your team. Because when to get 25,000 people in your business in 90 days, guess what? If you have you and 4 other people on your team, I want you to put a 3 in the comments. If it's you and at least 3 or more other people on your team, put a 3 in the comments. Okay, quite a few of you. So imagine if you have your list and you're doing a presentation and your other 3 people have their list and they're doing presentations, right? Look at the number of presentations and exposures that's going on in your organization. Okay. That's the speed we're talking about. And then you're following up with them and you're closing these distributors. And the bottom line, guys, what you do with them is the exact same thing they're going to do with their people. It's called a system. And then it's duplication. Right. And then it's retention. Why? Because they're having success. It's retention. Why? Because they're in a culture that's winning, that's moving. Right. And to get to your goal will be easy because you're not doing it by yourself. That's why this type of business is so great. It's called leverage. And if you don't tell me, but I want you to tell you, just this past week, how many people you put in the business and you did not get into their warm market? Don't tell me, but I just want you to think about that. You signed them up, whether it was online, in person, or whatever, and you have not gotten into their warm market. That is your money. That's where the money resides. That's where the money resides, in their warm market. But this system right here is what helps you to do that. Right? This is what helps you to do that, to get into their warm market. Okay. So also, I want to share with you guys that when you are thinking about your business, because sometimes the business can be heavy for you because you're thinking about it in a way that makes it feel heavy, if that makes sense. Okay. But when you start to implement these small things and you start having these small wins, then it starts to feel different. Okay. Like I couldn't wait to start calling on my list. because I'm thinking to myself, man, I am getting ready to blow this out of the water. I'm getting ready to blow the doors off the hinge. Okay. Get everything in place, get your family in place, whatever it is you got to do. And guys, just trust the 90-day process. Because here is what I've always done. I've always said, you know what? Okay, that's the system. All right. Let me put pressure on this system and I want to see if it works. And every single time that I've done that, just trust blindly. If you say this is the system, right, to $12 million in your bank account in 9.5 years, then okay, I'm gonna trust that. And Twyler, I'm gonna do exactly what you're saying. And in 90 days, I'm gonna be able to tell you, hey, you know what? You told me that and that stuff didn't work. Right? It didn't work. Or 90 days, you follow exactly what we're talking about, and you be like, oh my God, look at what's transpired. Okay. But it has everything to do with how you think about what you're doing. Guys, you have to remember you have the opportunity. You have the opportunity. Okay. You're not begging anybody to join you in business. As a matter of fact, your list is so big, you really don't even have time. You're blowing through your list so fast. And you're sharing with people, and you're like, hey, just tell me yes, tell me no, tell me something, because I gotta go, right? That's your mood. I mean, you're not rude, but you're not lollygagging, and you're not having a chummy girl conversation. Not for this call. This call is about business, right? This call is about business. And those of you, unless you're brand new, everybody knows what this business has done. You've seen it happen for you. Some of you are earning $100 a day. Y'all know how strong that is? That's super, super strong. And some people are, are hitting these levels and earning $1,000 a week. That's $4,000 a month. And some of you are doing it part-time. That's strong. Right? People have lost, a whole person. And people are losing weight with our clinically proven candy. I mean, I've been telling my story of 7 and child. I don't know if y'all follow me, but I am feeling myself. Okay, let's just be clear, right? My boyfriend's laughing because he knows I'm feeling myself. I mean, really, to lose that kind of weight just by eating candy is just phenomenal. Okay. So use your stories, use your testimonies as you're out here sharing. But I want you to feel good about your opportunity. That's the biggest part of all of this, feeling good about your opportunity. Right. Because people can tell if you are calling people, guys, the thing you don't want to do when you are closing, you never want to tell people, oh man, you be so good at this. I mean, you could come in here and you could blow this thing up. No. Because the more you give that kind of conversation to someone, the more they are saying, yeah, they need me. I ain't doing it. They need me. Right? Mm-mm. You never want to say that, even though they may be the type of person that can blow it up. But let that be them. You're just giving them the foundational things of, hey, listen, we are right in the beginning of something super strong. And, the last time something like this happened, or the last time we had an opportunity to be early, the last time we had an opportunity to be on the ground floor, man, listen, people made millions of dollars. And so I wanted to really share this with you here at the beginning. And, the choice is literally yours. We've got a lot of people that really see value in this. And so I just want to know how you want to get started. Right. And so you let it be on them. Right. Okay. So literally, guys, on tomorrow's going to be super strong. If you guys really expose your list the right way and pique the interest, get people on these calls tomorrow, literally you can really start to lay the foundation in your business. Okay. And then you want to launch your people the right way. Get make sure you know who they are when you form them, their family, their occupation, their recreation, those types of things. And you obviously find out who they are. And so now you're ready to really pique their interest because you're now talking their language, if that makes sense. Okay. You're talking their language. Anytime that we're doing three-way calls or I'm talking to someone, I always ask, tell me about them. Who are they? Oh, they're a corporate exec. Oh, they're a pastor. Oh, they're this, they're that. Why am I asking that? Because I want to talk their language. Everybody didn't get the same conversation. And I want you guys to be mindful that this is a true profession. And people earn a lot of money by doing this. Okay. They earn a lot of money by doing this. So every day you want to get good. You want to get better. Every single day you get better and better. And the way you get better is by doing. Okay. All of this is practice. Everybody you call in, it's all practice. Right? It's all practice. Okay. So literally that is all I have for you guys tonight. I want to leave you some time to actually get on the phone and start to reach out to your prospects. I want to remind you guys about hitting the level of silver, right? We've got an incredible event planned for silvers and above in February. So definitely, as you work through what we're talking about, these are ways, guys, to drive that volume to get to the level of silver, okay? So that's important. You don't want to miss being in the room for the silver and above event that's going to happen at conference. The other thing, guys, I do want you to think about conference. Add this to your list. I know some of you have already said, man, I can't afford to go, okay? Can't go. And if you say that, you're not going to go. I want you to write it down with your other goals, right? Getting to the conference. When you do that, the universe opens up and will give you a way to get there. Okay. Will give you a way to get there because you definitely need to be there. I want you to change your thought process around your 90 days. We draw a line in the sand today. And again, you're blitzing when you're tired because that's what 90-day blitzes do. They wear you out. Okay. They wear you out. And it's a sacrifice. But I promise you, if you do it this way, you're going to be so proud of yourself and so proud of your team and so proud of the value that you've brought and what you've added to your organization and added to the big team. How you do anything, guys, is how you do everything. How you do anything is how you do everything. And so this one's for you. It's personal. It's personal. And that's why we named this year All About You. Okay. It's all about you this year. Nobody else. It's all about you. Okay. And so everyone can tell when the team is in momentum. We know it inside the team and they know it out there. We are in a brand new 7-year-old company. Guys, to say that is crazy. You know why? Because this is what I said almost 10 years ago. This is a brand new 7-year-old company. And it was. There wasn't a lot of volume, a lot of things going on in the US. And guys, we came in and started blitzing during Christmas and tore the hinges off, blew the doors open. And that's what we'll do here. Okay. That's what we'll do here. So I'm excited for you. Tomorrow is Ali. Ali is going to be with us tomorrow. Same time, 7:00. Our 11 a.m. opportunity presentation, 3 p.m. will be Miss Rosalind, and 8 p.m. I'll do the opportunity presentation. And we're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow. Bring your energy, bring your excitement, bring your enthusiasm, bring your fire emojis and all of that, and get on the edge of your seat, right? For these calls that'll go forth tomorrow, and do your very best to get your prospects on. All you can do is all you can do. And all you can do is enough if it's all you can do. Okay. All you can do is all you can do. And all you can do is enough if it's all you can do. So when it's all said and done, you're like, you know what? I did everything I could do. And you're going to feel really good about it. Okay. So guys, that's it. Thank you for being on tonight. I will see you guys on tomorrow at 7 for our training and at 8 p.m. sharp for our business opportunity presentation. And so stay tuned. I'm going to put scripts in our big team so that you guys will have that for your invites for tomorrow. Okay. Have a great night. God bless you. We'll see all of you at the top. All of you at the top. Goodbye, everybody.